Uh-oh, and I'm here with the beautiful Amy Taylor, Playboy model and LA escort. How are you, Amy?
I'm good, all things considered. I don't
I
know.
know.
I don't know what year it is. Nothing matters anymore. There's no
Ex-
time anymore, so
Exactly. It's like when it's Friday, I'm like, what day is it? You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. It's crazy.
nothing matters anymore. So
And what do you have in the cup?
mm, it's just tea, and I'm just drinking it with a straw because I have lipstick on. So tea.
I forgot it's only 3 o'clock there. It's not 5 o'clock in LA yet, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start drinking soon, but not yet.
That's cool. So, how are things with you otherwise? How's
They're
the
fun.
business?
It's gorgeous today. Heated up. It's in the mid 70s, and so the I live on the beach,
Hmm.
and it's pretty hard for people to social distance out there because it's gorgeous, and the poor police officers are trying to just be nice and tell people not to, but then 5 minutes later they're out there again. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know how all this is going to work out as the weather gets warmer and warmer, but
I don't get it. So, are you social distancing?
I
Have you
mean,
been keeping
uh,
your?
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put other people at risk.
Yeah.
I got tested 2 days ago. I don't have the virus. They did the nasal swab, and then I did a finger stick to see if I had antibodies. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
so I've never had it. I'm not immune. I was hoping. I had a bad cough last December. Went to Germany and got a horrible cough, and I was kind of hoping that was what it was, but I don't have antibodies, unfortunately. So I'm not.
Okay.
But in terms of getting it myself, I'm not that old yet, and I'm healthy. So at some point, if I get it, I'm just gonna hope for the best. It
You'll,
doesn't require a high death rate. But
yeah, just take care of your. We can tell that you're still in excellent shape.
hanging in, trying to. I mean, it's like the land of like old, fit, middle-aged, cougary LA women. It's a whole thing here. Like,
What?
well, and guys too. Like, I don't know, maybe we're like delusional in LA, but like we kind of all think that we still got it, like even if we're not like 18 anymore. And I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's cool. I mean, the young people aren't the only fuckable people. And you can live a long time, and you might as well hang on to your sexuality and your that part of life. I mean, I don't know if I'll still be trying to do what I'm doing at 95. That'd be pretty weird. But
Listen, there's always an audience. There's always people that's going to want it.
oh God,
There's,
you're probably
so
right.
how, have you ever dated uh-oh.
Oh, anyway, it happens. They do
So
everything. Sorry.
so with your as far as your clients, like how do you still interact with your clients during all of this?
Sorry.
Do you still do you still interact with your clients?
Oh, I have been seeing one person for several years now. So that started before this happened,
Oh,
um,
okay.
and that was just because I've been at this on and off for almost 15 years, 14 years, and sometimes I like to just get more depth with somebody, and then that ends, and I kind of want to go have fun with a few people again. And I was in this phase of seeing just one person for quite some time right now. I would occasionally see like an old regular from a good friend from a long time ago, like once or twice a year. But I was pretty much just with this one person because I preferred him. So
Oh, okay. So okay, was that more of a that doesn't sound like a client. So was that more of a client or was that more like
I mean,
a
no
person?
preference for me. I wouldn't see him if he didn't, because I
Oh,
have
okay.
one too.
Right.
Your house isn't free, food's not free. Unfortunately, but I do like him, and there's no issue with that. So I don't know if I mean, obviously, I'm an escort. I met him as an escort, but maybe you would call that more of like a sugar baby. It just,
Okay.
but that happens. So if you've done this a long time, that kind of happens after a while. That you pick
Mm.
your favorites, they like you like them, and it either ends up you only have a few friends or just one for a while or whatever. That's pretty common, right?
So would you say that you would treat him the same as you would treat someone in your personal life? Like if it was like a boyfriend,
He is
or is it
my person.
different?
I don't have a husband or a boyfriend or kids. Um,
Hmm.
so it's probably pretty bad, right, to link my financial survival to a person that is also the only person I date. Because when it ends, I will miss him and I will need money. So
I see.
it's probably not healthy, but it is what it is. I mean,
Well, no, it is what it is. It's not. I mean, if it
financially dependent upon the man in their life. That's been most of human history for women.
you
So
seem happy. That's all that matters for real.
yeah, it's what I want right now.
Right.
I certainly, when I first started doing this, I was in grad school and I had just gotten dumped by this guy that I thought I was going to marry and all that. And I really wanted to go like date a bunch of guys. I was mad and I was like, I was 27 and I was in this phase of like, I'm just going to go and be a heartbreaker and do what I want with who I want and a bunch of one night.
Do women really think like that?
Well, I was heartbroken, and what do they say? The best way to get over somebody is to get underneath somebody else. And I did it a bunch. And
I
then,
wish more people thought like that.
Well, it's old, right? You end up dating somebody that you end up kind of liking a little more than you should, and the heart. We're human creatures, so nobody really can do that like forever.
Right. So sometimes it gets to be more than just a service or just an act. Sometimes it really gets personal, it sounds like.
I mean, for me, maybe I'm bad at my job. Look, there's a performative aspect to it. He is the one paying for my entire life. Even when there was more like 4 or 5, they were supporting me together. So obviously they're the boss. And
yeah,
I am there to be what they want to the best of my ability. That means being beautiful on demand, being willing on demand, being sexy and fun and nice on demand, even if you didn't feel like it.
That's tough. That's tough because you don't get a chance to kind of show your emotions even when you want to. It sounds like. So if you're having like a shitty day.
Did you ever love a girl and maybe you did things for her because you loved her, not so much because you wanted to?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is because my survival depends on it. And also, after a while in this business, you tend to like the people you know because you find people who support you and are tolerable. I dealt with some douchebags in the beginning. Oh my God.
We all deal with that.
Right? Even regular dating has that, and you do that for free. I would say the only part of it is if you're dating somebody who supports you financially, you're probably giving up like the young hot guy thing. I haven't met anybody who was like, a gorgeous young guy doing this because gorgeous young guys don't tend to have tons of money. And if they do, like maybe like an athlete or something, he's hot and he's young, he's not calling me.
Well, I mean, when you were younger, did you hook up with any?
Never, because I was always way too brainy and nerdy. I mean, I studied science and I went to grad school and like that kind of guy, he's not going for me. It doesn't matter whether I'm over 40 now or I was 27 then. And I don't party. I don't do drugs. I barely drink alcohol. Like those kind of guys never liked me.
But I bet that the guys that you do date have a lot of money because if you're intelligent, most of the intelligent guys have a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure
they own the athletes.
You said, what did you say?
They own the athletes. They own the team. Not they own the people, but they own the team. So like they're brilliant and powerful and and amazing to be with, but they're not typically going to be ballers or actors or
right.
That's okay.
It makes intimacy a lot better when it's someone that you can have a conversation with, in my opinion.
Yes, I have in my personal life a couple times hooked up with somebody who was just very good looking, and sometimes in some ways I don't say better, but it's great. Somebody really hot naked is fun. But you're right. Then you go out to dinner with them and there's nothing. So I don't know.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The hot guys versus the, I guess, brainy guys. Is there, and sexually, is there a huge difference?
I mean, okay. It depends what you want. Just at sex, probably when you the first time you fuck somebody, make love, whatever, if they're gorgeous, it's more exciting. Of course, they look great, and that's fun. That doesn't mean they're going to be great in bed, though, always. So once you're into it, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I've slept with good-looking men who are awesome in bed and good-looking men who suck. Ugly men, sometimes amazing in bed. It's weird. It happens.
No, that's where I was going, because with men, a lot of women take it for what it's worth, but some of the attractive women are not as good as the women that aren't as attractive in bed.
Okay, but how come you guys never say anything? Like, you never, ever tell us if it's just like, eh.
No, you can't. No, you can't do that.
Like, I've heard most women are mediocre at giving blowjobs, but we all think we're great at it because nobody's ever told us we weren't.
No, out of 10, I would say 2 are very good.
So what do you say if it's just bad, just all teeth, just real bad?
I just stop her and do something else. Like I was just stop. I'm like, after a few minutes, I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Proves more nicer than women. Like, you don't so nice.
That's my problem, I think.
Mm.
I need to be more of an asshole.
But I mean, for dating, I don't think looks are nearly as important, because once you know somebody, they can get better looking if you really like them. Like, you start to think they're better looking than they really are because you like them.
Yeah, but you get those days that you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and you look over and you're like, oh God, like, I want to be able to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, yeah, like, let's go. I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hair all over the place, shirt hanging off, still like, yeah, there we go.
Oh, I've slept with some very, very ugly men, and it's not that's great.
It's, you know what?
Brilliant and funny and nice and cool, and I mean, it's what it is, right?
How do the ugly men? I would never think that I couldn't. If I saw you with a guy that wasn't attractive, or that society wouldn't say is attractive, I'd be like, what the fuck is he doing with her? Like, how did that happen? How does that?
Wow.
Rich.
Haven't you gone to Vegas and seen some like Shrek-looking dude with like a 19-year-old? He's rich. That's how it happened. It's
okay. I can accept
safety. They like to feel safe, and so money is one of the ways you feel safe. Just like a guy with big muscles makes you feel safe. All that. It's a safety thing.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, do you think that you give men an unrealistic? Let's say you're with a guy that's not as attractive, and you're walking down the street with him. Are you giving him the impression that he can, without his money, pull a hot chick?
So normally they are aware that most rich guys are aware that being rich is one of the things women like about them. And so either they're okay with that or they're not. Some men are always trying to test you to see if you really like them. Some men are perfectly fine with it. They're like, I'm rich. That's what I got to offer. I'm happy to support you, and I'm not going to make any drama of it. That's a lot easier, of course.
Okay.
I have had one that I remember. I did a good job, and I made him happy. And a few months in, he suggested that we date for free. And I got very upset because it was, okay, I did a good job. Now you want me to go have to find another way to survive, and you can just not have to spend your money? That doesn't, if you care about me, that doesn't seem very much for me.
So what was he expecting you to do for money?
Right. He said, well, you can still see your other clients, but you and I like each other so much. We get along so well. We have such great chemistry. We should date for free. That's what he actually said. And I, of course, did not actually like him that much. I did my job, and I did my job really well. And so you say unrealistic? Yeah, maybe he forgot that there's a part of this that's acting. It's some of it is, or putting Spanx on your personality so it looks a little better.
So does that make it a little awkward when you know that it's an act? Does it make it awkward for you?
I worry about the evil that I put out in the world. Like, okay, you're making a guy who's really ugly feel like he can, then is he sort of ever dissatisfied? And I have seen that. I've known men who only saw escorts their entire lives. They never wanted to settle down because what they could settle down with would be like a 3, and they'd rather pay and get 9s. Now that's their choice. If they have the money, they can do that forever.
Yeah. I mean, technically, even for a 3, you're paying because you're going out to dinner. You know what I mean? So shit, why not pay for a 9?
Well, ideally, you enjoy going out to dinner. I mean, hopefully, if it's not much of a chore, you probably shouldn't date anybody. But I mean, I think there are men who enjoy the stuff that's not in the bedroom. I think there are some men who don't, and they view that as a chore because maybe they are dating the wrong woman or they don't really like women. But there are men who enjoy dating as well as the sex. They like to take you skiing. They like to take you to the races. They like.
And they should. I mean,
Just like there are women who do like sex. It's not all just for men. We don't just give it up. Some of us really do like to fuck.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You've seen it, right? And you can tell the difference.
You all just hide it better. You don't advertise it as much.
Wait, what? That we like it or what?
You hide it better. You don't advertise it that you enjoy sex. So you're like, maybe, maybe not. But deep down inside, you want it just as much as we do.
Well, we want it with some people, not everybody, right?
Right. Absolutely. So
yeah, of course. I mean, we're not supposed to be slutty. Even in my business, there's this weird hierarchy that you're better if you see fewer people, or there's this weird thing for women that the less you fuck, the better person you are, which has always struck me as very odd.
anyone that's had a woman that hasn't had a pretty decent amount of sexual partners previously probably are bored to death because some of the tricks that women learn over the years are incredible. And someone that hasn't really had that experience, it can get a little boring.
Yeah, I think that's true.
In my opinion.
No,
I don't want to blanket the statement.
I would add, though, that some men are very scared. Not you, obviously. Look at your podcast. You're totally pro women who live sexually, and thanks for that.
Absolutely.
But some men are really scared of that type of woman. I think the fear comes from a fear of being inadequate. Like if she's had a lot of sex and knows a lot of stuff, and maybe I don't know as much as a guy, then I'm not going to be enough for her, and she's going to leave or cheat or all this stuff. I have noticed that men don't want you to be the one with more experience, even though typically I'm going to be.
I'm going to partially agree with that. We want it, but we're afraid to commit to it.
Why?
Because with that experience, we have a hard time separating it by saying, "Hey, that was her life before. It's not going to be her life after." So they think that that's going to continue.
And cheat on you, or you'll be shamed in front of your colleagues and neighbors as the guy whose wife is a slut.
Well, you don't want your wife to be a slut. I wouldn't want my wife to be a slut. But once that stops for her, I want it to stop with me. You know what I mean? So if you were a slut before, cool. But right from this point on, you're my slut.
Why? So that's because you're not into open relationships, right? Most people are not.
If there's a discussion, then if we have an agreement, then cool. As long as we have an agreement beforehand. So if we were to say, "Hey, we're going to do this. You can do that. You can do this. We have our rules." Cool. That's cool. But if it's a thing where I think that we're in a monogamous relationship, but she doesn't think we're in a monogamous relationship, that's when there's a problem. As long as there's honesty.
The lying or disease or all of the above? Or?
All of the above. Diseases, especially. And that's why if it's open, I want to know who you're dealing with and who they are. So there has.
Get that corona.
Damn corona. So have you had any famous clients?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
No, they're not
anybody
open about it.
I'm not going to tell anybody. It's between me and you.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Mostly, like I said, business famous people that own household name business people, but entertain
Oh,
a couple.
can I take one guess?
I'm not going to tell you.
Can you blink if it's a yes?
I'm going to blink anyway. That's not fair.
All right, I'm just going to see if I can judge by your facial reaction.
I don't tell stories.
Robert Kraft.
No.
Uh,
Massage parlors? I'm not his thing. I think he went to the.
why? Oh
I,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I would have lunch with Robert Kraft anytime. He's probably fascinating.
That's
But
what I'm saying. He seems the coolest dude ever.
very much. Did you see he just used the Patriots jet to fly? This one hates me. Wants to go in my boobs. Used the
I
Patriots.
don't blame him.
Thanks. He used the Patriots jet to fly a bunch of personal protective equipment for
I
doctors.
did.
Nice of him.
I did hear about that. I really like that dude. He seems really cool.
I absolutely love that when they were going to try to steamroll him and shame him, that he fought back and he lawyered up and he said, "Bring it." Because
I was pissed.
sorry.
No, I was pissed because this guy is, I don't know how old he is, but he was just kidding. I mean, leave the guy alone. Shit. Let him get his, right.
That woman, he had a relationship with that massage lady. They probably got along great. And why on earth do we care about that? She
Exactly.
was not being abused. He was not a bad guy. I like that I was convinced the NFL was going to like sanction him somehow, but apparently they didn't. And I think that's good. I'm glad we didn't have to see that tape though. I didn't want to see the tape.
I couldn't have watched that tape.
Yeah.
So all right, so we're about 4 minutes to completion, unfortunately.
Cool.
So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to give you 4 more questions, and I can't see if you can answer in under a minute.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how this is going to work because I know I'm going to have a response. All right, so let me try. All right, let me see. What's your best advice for women who don't want their man to see an escort?
I don't think you can control that, ladies, and I'm sorry. I think if he's going to, he's going to. And it does not mean that he doesn't love you.
Oh, that's sorry, ladies.
Also, but I don't think that's yours to control.
Oh,
But don't worry.
I gotta agree with you. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right. What's your guilty pleasure?
Cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah. Salt and fat.
Any particular type of cheese?
Mimolette. Mimolette. It's a very aged cheddar, very sharp.
I'll have to try that one.
Or three ones, but that's different.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see what I have. What movie could you watch on an endless loop?
All the Christopher Nolan mindfuck stuff, like Interstellar or Inception. I think Christopher Nolan is a genius. I don't understand his stuff, but I love it.
I like those.
Yeah, right?
All right. And this is the most important question of all. It's very important.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Cats or dogs?
Dogs, all day, every day.
You win. You win. You win.
Are you dogs?
Yes.
Do you have them?
I have a lab golden door, a Labrador and golden retriever mix. I know. It's my princess. All right, I appreciate it. Oh, first, let's tell people how to contact you.
Oh, thanks.
How can they get in touch with you?
You can find me at amytaylor.com. I'm on Instagram, amytaylorla, and I'm on Twitter, amytaylor1.
Okay. I have one more thing. Do you travel?
Yes. Well, I did when the world was normal.
Oh yeah. I mean, like.
I assume I will again someday.
When this is all over, do you travel to other places for business?
By appointment. So people ask me to, and I do.
Okay. So they can just send you an email or catch you on one of your sites and request you.
Yeah, my official website has all the details about how to make that happen, and hopefully the world will be back to normal soon. And
Yes. Do you want to give any special shout outs to anybody? Did I put you on the spot? Huh?
Keep up the good work. Just you.
Oh.
Keep up the fun interviews. I really enjoy your podcast. So.
Oh man, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And will you promise to come back?
Anytime.
Okay. All right. All right, everybody. That was Amy Taylor, and it was my pleasure, believe me, to work with the beautiful Amy Taylor, and hopefully we'll do this again soon. And thanks everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, Amy.
Good afternoon.